who gifted their country to the Jews in the form of a home that became a state with designs to expand by settlement, is one of the great injustices of our time. My particular interest as a journalist covering these events over 50 years has been to track how newspapers have covered the story. This is how I came to be involved with CAMPAIN. CAMPAIN's mission is to call out misinformation in the media and public affairs, and there's plenty of that when it comes to Palestine. Gaza has inevitably occupied a great deal of our attention, not just because it is the salient news story of the past 10 months, it has also exposed what's so rotten in our political system and why the mainstream media is becoming irrelevant, especially to the young. Stripped of imperial trappings that in the past gave it a liberal veneer, our mainstream media has in this crisis been exposed as little better than Pravda. Granting a very, very few exceptions, the manner in which the media has towed the establishment line on Gaza has been disgraceful. Purportedly respectable newspapers parroted Biden's claim of decapitated babies. Lurid, unsubstantial claims of Hamas bestiality and rape went unchallenged and became part of the subtext to justify Israel's genocidal war. Atrocities and war crimes undoubtedly took place on October the 7th, but as Abbey, a former head of Shin Bet, explained in a recent Radio 4 interview of documented cases of rape and torture of Palestinian detainees, he said, "That's war." No such slack is given to Hamas when it comes to these issues. Demonization and dehumanization is the classic ploy of the colonizer to delegitimize and break the resistance of the colonized. The narrative was different 40 years ago when Israel invaded Lebanon. Then media could plausibly claim to accommodate views that would be inconceivable today. Since then, the conversation has been closed down by the furor over anti-Semitism and the Orwellian distortions of language needed to conflate anti-Zionism with anti-Semitism. So what has this to do with the Lambeth Witness Group and our being here holding vigils? Well, the Church of England hierarchy, spearheaded by the Archbishop of Canterbury, has brought into this Orwellian distortion of language and put dedication to scriptural tradition before its obligations to human rights. It is little appreciated how the 19th century Christian evangelists under Lord Shaftesbury, the great reformer, popularized Zionism to fulfill the scriptures. It chimed with the civilizing ethos of the time, which itself was deeply embedded in the view of Western civilization, in which Christ temporal presided over the rapacious expansionism of European settlement in the New World and beyond, and Christ spiritual acted, which was its cultural embodiment. Zionism has been seen as an atonement for Christianity's historical ill treatment of the Jews, a quarrel in which Islam played no part, and in the way it is justified, a reiteration of manifest destiny, the credo of American settlers used to justify the taking of the West. The Church of England's establishment has to put loyalty to Christ's message before the scriptures. We intend to keep its feet to the fire until it does.
Well done, smashing.
Well done, Alan.